Happy Thanksgiving, everybody. It's the last regular season game of the year for Orange football. Not the last game, though, as they'll earn a bowl trip. We'll find out more about that in a week or so. But in this Thanksgiving edition of the CuseInsider, we'll get Coach Babers' thoughts on this upcoming matchup with Boston College. Coach, you go in with 8 wins. They've got 7. Lost big to them here last year at the Carrier Dome. What do you view as at stake in this one Saturday?
I just think it's a good rivalry game. Obviously, there's a lot at stake. Who's going to get second place in the ACC and maybe who has dibs on a better bowl. But it's past all that. It's Boston College versus Syracuse, second longest rivalry tenure of who we play and how we can get after them and maybe have an opportunity to win. It'll be a good contest between two brothers.
When you think about this program, that it's won 4 games each of the past 3 years, now at least double that this season, and a chance to be second in a division that includes Clemson, who's a legit national title contender, what does that mean in terms of your overall progress and your sense of accomplishment here?
I think we're ahead of schedule. It gives us an opportunity to show people that we're up and coming, to maybe help us in recruiting battles with Boston College, Rutgers, Maryland, and maybe start to get some of those Northeast families that we used to have all the time coming to play for us instead of going abroad, coming back home to Syracuse.
Sure, and that's one of the things that actually comes into play, Syracuse and BC. And among the reasons they've played for so often, recruit a lot of the same players in same areas, and in some ways play the same type of football. You might come about it in different ways, but I know you have respect for the way they do it and how that kind of, I guess, dovetails with what you try to attempt.
You know, obviously we've played twice. You know, we won the first game out there. They came and won the second game out here. I do respect the way they play. I'm not sure if they respect the way we play, but I think we do have similar styles, and it basically comes down to stopping the run and doing what we need to do to win football games, but trying to do it in a physical manner.
Well, stopping the run in their case means stopping A.J. Dillon. Only a couple of teams have been able to do that so far this year, notably Clemson and Purdue, but he's run for about 100 yards or more on virtually everybody else. What makes him unique, and what kind of challenge is it?
I think it comes down to a business decision every time you try to hit that young man. He's big, he has very good feet, and he has very good vision, and they give the ball to him a lot. So if you don't make the correct decision every single time, next you know he has 7, 14, 21 points on long runs, and then they're rocking and rolling.
Okay, pass rush will be another thing that both these teams have in common. And again, they're not on the field at the same time, so I don't know if it's a matter of neutralizing, but people that like that aspect of the game will have fun watching. Really 2 great sets of ends.
You know, the defensive ends in this game are the top, I want to say the top 6 in the conference. And Boston College's 2 are fantastic. I think one is definitely an NFL player. And then you have our 2, and I would like to think we have 2 NFL players, at least one out of the bunch. If you like defensive end play, if you like guys getting after the quarterback and running backs from the edges, you need to get some popcorn, get a soda, and sit down, because this game's going to have a whole bunch of guys.
Sure, and both starting quarterbacks are saying, geez, because they're both banged up. Anthony Brown was injured at the tail end of their loss against Clemson, came back and worked them through the Florida State game, which was a tough loss. And then you've got a situation again this week, Coach, with Eric Dungy hit and taken off the field in the Notre Dame game. How did you view working him back? How big of a priority was it? How much did you really kind of school up Tommy DeVito? Because if he starts, at least you have the build-up time.
We've got to put the time into Tommy DeVito. I mean, Eric's got so much money in the bank, okay? And he can take withdrawals from what he's already got in the bank and still puts a performance out there that gives us an opportunity to win. Based off of how Tommy played the last time against Notre Dame, we have to spend a lot of time in Tommy, and then we'll see how well Eric is on game day.
Okay, now the SEC and the ACC, they tend to build up the rivalry games this last week of the year. Boston College has fit in there most of the time. Not every year, but when both have been in the ACC, it's been this last game of the season. I know you appreciate that. And, Coach, Thanksgiving week, and Thanksgiving and football are so closely linked. So what's your go-to Thanksgiving setup and meal?
Well, first of all, I try not to eat a lot because I can eat too much. And I'll get a little turkey, I'll get a little ham. The stuffing is always good at my place. And then I kind of save up for the desserts because there's a lot of desserts and I want to taste a little bit of all of it. So that's kind of my Thanksgiving game plan when it comes to eating.
Okay, well, you've earned it this year. I guess the bowl game is kind of the dessert as the season comes here, and we'll certainly have plenty of time to talk about that. Let's see if you can finish the season strong. Best of luck on Saturday.
Thanks, Matt.
Orange head coach Dino Babers, the Cuse and BC in Chestnut Hill at noon on Saturday. Happy Thanksgiving, everybody. Enjoy it, and we'll see you on the other side.
Happy Thanksgiving.